today's DIY. I have this old garden stand. It's been sitting in my garden for a while with nothing on it. So I just decided that I'm going to revamp it and turn it into a beautiful indoor liquor stand. I took all the bamboo trimmings off, and since it was outside, I gave it a wash and then I spray painted it gold. I'll be giving it a mosaic mirror style. So first thing I did was to get some cardboards and I cut them out to match the shape of the sides. And I'm going to use Gorilla Glue and hot glue to lay it down. I got my mirror pieces from an old mirror that I have, and I'll be using hot glue to just stick them in place. Around the borders, I'll be using these 1/2-inch mirror tiles that I have from Michael's, and further in the video you'll see that I ordered some online. It worked out cheaper. I think I paid like $11 for 400 of them. All 3 shelves will be done the same, so I'll just be showing you the top level. So while I'm waiting on my mirror tiles to come in the mail, I'll be working on the shelf and the other areas. I'm going to be using this 1/4-inch thick plexiglass for the shelf, the surface. And I just use my yardstick to measure it, and I use my utility knife to score the area 3 times, and then I'll break it. The first and the second shelf is 9 inches, and then I think the third shelf was 2.5 inches wider than those. I'll be using this old, I think it's a bed foot. I think it's an IKEA bed foot. I'll be using it to make the pieces for my champagne glasses. So I measured the pieces, and I'll be making 4 hooks. And then one of them I'll cut into 2, so I'll end up with 5 hooks, so it can hold 4 glasses. And I'm using my wood glue to glue them together first before I cut them. So the next day I got my mirror tiles, and I'm pretty impressed with them. They look very nice. I thought they would be chipped on the edges or something because they're all in one bag, but they were fine. They were perfectly fine. So I mixed my grout, and I used some acrylic paint to mix it, and I'm so sorry guys, I lost the footage of this. But I just mixed the grout with the water, and then I added some acrylic paint just to change the color because I didn't want white. I'm using this nail hole filler to scrape off my excess. I find that the flat edge works very well when you're doing mosaics. Then I went over with my foam brush, and this one is damp a little bit with water. Then I leave it to dry for a little bit. By the time I was done with the second and the third shelf, then I went back and I did another scraping. And I make sure that this time I was more detailed. And then I left it to dry for a little bit. Then I came back with a dry foam brush and I cleaned the area off. And it was pretty easy and quick. So now I'm laying my plexiglass and I'm using my E6000 along with hot glue to do so. And then I'm going around the edge with my 1/2" mirror tiles and I'm not leaving any space between them. To cover up the rough edges, I'll be using just one strip of my bling wrap. So off camera, I went ahead and cut off the animal head that was on the tips. There was 3 animal heads up there, but I need crystals instead, so I went ahead and I used an oxo blade. And I'll be replacing them with these crystal knobs. And to glue those down, I'll be using E6000 along with hot glue. And after I put them up there, there's a space, a gap underneath. So I'll be using some hot glue to fill it in. And then I'll use this rhinestone ribbon to cover it up. So I went ahead and I added another sheet of plexiglass just as a support for my wooden hooks. I used E6000 and hot glue to glue it in place, just like I did the top one. And then I quickly realized that some lights would look very good underneath it, so I opened one end and I used some fairy lights and I placed it in there and then I re-glue it. After I was done with that, then I attached my wooden pieces underneath the bottom. The 2 end pieces, I did those first and I attached my battery pack for my light on one of them. I used E6000 and hot glue to attach it. I attached the next 3 and then I used some painter's tape to hold it in place overnight. And here's the final result. I also made those apples. I bought those from the thrift store a while back. I think I paid like maybe $1.50 for maybe 15 in a bag. And they were red, so I spray painted them silver and I used some Mod Podge along with some crushed mirrors and glitter. I think it was fairly easy, so I didn't bother to share that part, but it was very easy. I sprayed the leaves gold and I just added glitter to them. And that tin that they're in, it's a Dansk cookie tin. It's a cookie tin, DANSK. That's what it is. I just spray painted it gold, and I used a gold ribbon, and then I used a silver ribbon over it. So that is it, guys. Thanks for watching.